Hi and welcome to Fresh from my garden. In today's video, we are talking about a beautiful flowering plant, geranium. Geranium plants can be easily sourced from your local nursery during the cooler months. These plants produce bunches of flowers in different colors. In Bangalore weather, geranium flowers bloom almost throughout the year except for the extremely hot summer months. These plants prefer morning sun and afternoon shade during the hot summer months. They will bloom well only if they get at least 4 to 5 hours of indirect or filtered sunlight. There will be less or no flowering if they are kept in a completely shaded area cut off from sunlight. We have the creeper and the bush variety of geranium in some hanging pots and in regular pots. So today we are going to be pruning these geraniums and repotting them. So these geraniums were potted in these planters last year and you can see that they have turned very leggy and there are no flowers coming on them now. So these need to be repotted with fresh soil and also pruned before they are repotted. The soil in these planters have hardened a lot and it does not enable the roots to grow well. So now we have to remove all these from these planters, remove all the old soil and add in new fresh soil. The roots need to be trimmed and the old branches and dried leaves need to be pruned before they can be repotted in new soil. Trim off these dried branches so that there can be new growth. This is a pot in which we had repotted recently and you can see new blooms and leaves forming on this plant. Repotting and pruning is essential for new growth and new blooms. So now we are going to prepare a fresh soil for repotting all these plants that has regular red soil with coco peat, cow dung manure and some bone meal. Coco peat will keep the soil a little airy and let it absorb moisture as we are watering the plant. And bone meal and cow dung manure will add nutrition for good flowering and plant growth. So the soil mixture is being mixed in the ratio of 40% red soil, 30% coco peat, and the remaining in cow dung manure and bone meal. The soil needs to be mixed well and all the plants need to be pruned of all its dead stems and dry leaves before it is being repotted into the new soil. So now here we are trimming the roots and removing all the dead stems and all the dried leaves before we repot it in the new soil. So once these plants have been pruned, they are ready to be repotted into these planters with the new soil. Add the new soil mixture and repot all these plants into these planters. So as mentioned earlier, geraniums love morning sun and afternoon shade. So they grow well and have beautiful blooms during the cooler months. They must be watered regularly but not overwatered because overwatering will cause a root rotting problem of these plants. Geranium plants have soft, succulent like stems which hold water, and too much of watering will cause the plant to rot very quickly. These plants can be easily propagated with stem cuttings. With regular pruning, and fertilizing, these plants will produce a lot of beautiful bunches of blooms. So now we have all our geranium plants that are repotted to bloom for the next season. We are looking forward to see a lot of new growth and a lot of beautiful blooms on these plants. Hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching Fresh from my garden.